Hey guys, the first 5 minutes of class, we went to Google Classroom and opened up the warm-up question. Okay, it is posted in Google Classroom for you. If you were absent today, you can either find it in week 3 or you can find it in asynchronous learning. Okay, so if you go to Google Classroom, your assignment for today is called Solving for X. Okay, I'm not going to post it here with the video because the presentation does tell you where to go and find it under your classwork for today, week 3. Okay, I had students vote on the 2 problems they wanted to work on. Okay, so the 2 problems that we went over were number 10 and 16, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we wrote the title, Solving for X. Okay, and when you submit your assignment, you have to take a picture of your work and send it in. So what you need to make sure you have on there is your name, today's date, okay, the problem that you're working on. You're going to show me your work and you're going to box your answer. Okay, so I'll show you exactly what I want to see on your pages. So the first problem is 75 is equal to 3 parentheses negative 6n minus 5. Okay, we split up our problem to have a left side and a right side. Okay, in this problem, I have 2 options. I can distribute my 3 to the terms inside of my parentheses, or I can divide on this side by 3, right? So it eliminates this 3 that's up here. If it's multiplying by 3, the opposite is to divide by 3. Okay, so I'm going to choose that route. So that way I don't have to distribute and do extra unnecessary work, right? So if we have 3 divided by 3, this simplifies to be negative 6n minus 5 is equal to 25. Okay, guys, once we get rid of this 3 out here, I'm not multiplying anything by anything anymore, right? I'm not multiplying this parentheses by anything anymore, right? No number. So I just have to write negative 6n minus 5. Okay, I'm still focused on the side with the variable. I'm going to get rid of this minus 5 first. It is what I call the loner number, the number that's alone. I'm doing opposite plus 5 on both sides. These simplify to be 0. So I'm left with negative 6n is equal to 30, right? If I want to get n by itself, it is being multiplied by negative 6, right? So opposite of multiply is divide. Negative 6 divided by negative 6 gives me a 1. I do not have to write 1 with n, so it is n equals negative 5. Make sure you put your answer in a box. The next problem we worked on was number 16, negative 10n plus 3, 8 plus 8n equals negative 6, parentheses, n minus 4. Split up my problem. If we work this problem left to right, if I see this left-hand side, I notice that I have parentheses. This problem is different from the one above it because you see how I have parentheses only on one side, so that I was able to divide by the number being multiplied, right? Okay, this problem is not as easy, right? I cannot just divide by 3 because I have different terms. I have more terms on this side as well as this side, right? So I cannot just divide by 3 or by negative 6 on this problem. I have to distribute, okay, to get rid of those parentheses. So remember, when we simplify, we either combine like terms or we distribute, okay? I'm not going to use my negative 10 right now, so I'm just going to bring that down. Negative 10n. I'm going to do positive 3 times 8, and I'm going to get 24. Then I'm going to do positive 3 times 8n. So it's going to be a positive 24n equals. I have parentheses on this side with a number on the outside, so I'm going to distribute again. So negative 6n. Now negative 6 times negative 4, because that minus sign makes this number negative. So I get a positive 24. Okay, so if I focus back again on my left-hand side, I have a negative 10n and I have plus 24n. So if I rewrote that, negative 10n plus 24n, right, and I know that n is going to have to be part of my answer, negative 10 plus 24 is a positive 14n. Used them, so I'm going to cancel those out now. Plus 24 equals negative 6n plus 24, because I didn't do anything to my right-hand side. Okay, so you have two options. You can either move variables first, or you can move numbers first. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this negative 6n to my left-hand side. Remember, when I do that, I have to add, right? I'm doing opposite operation, so I'm doing plus 6n plus 6n. Remember, n's have to line up, letters have to line up. So I'm getting 20n plus 24 is equal to positive 24. Okay, still focusing on the left-hand side. Opposite of plus 24 is minus 24. We do it on both sides. I get 0 on this side, so I have 20n is equal to 24 minus 24. I get 0 on this side also. Okay, to get n by itself, I divide by 20. Divide by 20. So n is equal to 0. Make sure you put your answer in a box. Okay, guys, when you submit, right, the Google response form, right, you're going to type your answers in there. Make sure that if your answer is a negative answer, that you are typing the word negative out. So if your answer is negative 5, you need to make sure that you type out the word negative and then put the number 5. Okay? So when you are submitting, remember you are also submitting a picture. Make sure your name, the date, as much work as possible is shown, and then make sure you're boxing your answers. So that way when I look at your work, I can understand and quickly see the difference between your work and your answers.